Hi everyone, welcome back to Quest for Literature. Hi everyone, welcome back to Quest for Literature. Today we are going to see another literary form, that is idylls. Before getting into the video, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe, click on the bell icon and enable all options so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. First, let us see the distinguishing features of an idyll so that you will understand what an idyll is. So far, we have seen other literary forms such as sonnet, ode, a lyric, and elegy. I hope so. Those things has their own set forms, like it should be written in this meter, in these rhymes and all those things, but idyll doesn't have a set form for it, and it is not a distinct species by itself. That means you can see idyll in different forms. We are coming to that. Sometimes idyll can be a lyric, it can be a longer song, at times it can be a passage in an elegy, a play, epic, or ballad. That means you can see idyll in all these things. We cannot see that idyll should be always, you can see only in drama or only in novel, or it should be there in poetic form. No, you can see either it in prose form or in a poetry form also. So that here the poet gives it any form he pleases according to his wish. He writes. The name idyll derives from a Greek word which means a little picture. Idyll in poetry is associated with a relative brevity. It should be short and it should give a pictorial effect. The poet represents a picture in few words. The pictorial effect is achieved by a graphic discrimination. The aim of a lyric should be the vivid visual representation of its theme, and it gives a concrete image for an abstract idea. Let's see certain examples. I had said in the previous slide that here in this idyll, the poet gives concrete image for abstract ideas, isn't it? So here in Milton's El Allegro, you can see the concrete image of happy life. And in Wordsworth's lines written in March, you will experience, once you read it, you will experience a spring scene in England after rain is over and gone. And Shakespeare's As You Like It is an awesome idyll of countryside. Once you read As You Like It, you feel that you were there in the forest of Arden. And the term idyll is used for short and pleasing narrative in Tennyson's English idyll. And Robert Browning wrote a series of dramatic idylls. Let's see the style and treatment in idyll. Idyll is not a mere objective description of persons, place, or thing. Here you can see poet's own version of what he has seen or felt. It is an imaginative rendering of a picturesque scene or experience. Mere description of facts could not constitute a successful idyll. There should be poetic coloring. The language should be chosen very carefully to give the desired pictorial impression. It should be direct and straightforward, and it should be designed to leave an embedding image in the reader's mind. Lines written in March shows how a complex scene can be depicted with beautiful simplicity and almost free from literary ornaments. So let's see the lines from lines written in March. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the little bird twitter, take doth glitter. So in the previous slide, I said the language should be simple and straightforward. That you can see in these lines. And once we read these lines, hope that you all can experience it. Yes, you can picturize it. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the little birds twitter that take doth glitter. Isn't it such beautiful lines? Let's see the subject of the idylls. The earliest idylls are those of Greek poet Theocritus. He takes the subject or the themes of his idylls are town and countryside life, mythology, and poet's own experiences and impressions. But when it comes to English literature, the English people limited the scope of idylls, the subject, they limited it, and they use the lowly life in town or village. They never talk about town, countryside, the mythology, poet's own experiences. They never talk about those things, the personal things of the poet or all those stuff. They treat only the low life in town or a village. And half of Theocritus' idylls are pastorals in form, which deals with shepherds' life in ancient Sicily. Poet Virgil adapted the same form in his eclogues. Later, these things were taken as the model for European writers, and it reached England during the time of Renaissance, and a large number of idylls were written. English idylls follow the old tradition in dealing with rural scenes. That's all. That's the end of today's session. Thank you all for listening. Till the time we meet next, stay tuned to Quest for Literature, keep reading and know the world.